All right, you ready for this? Let's do a deep dive. Today, we're going to be checking out music.
Ooh, always exciting?
Yeah, yeah, I'm pumped for this one. We're going to be looking at Macco Boy. Have you heard of him?
I have, yeah. His story's amazing and his music is incredible. Like, it's so full of energy.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we have this, like, you know, biographical information about him, right?
Yeah.
And his journey to get to where he is now is, well, let's just say it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's really something. You know, it's really interesting how his personal life, his story is like completely woven into his music.
Yeah.
You'll see when we start talking about him how like his experiences when he was younger like really shaped his sound.
Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, you probably haven't heard of Macco Boy, right?
Yeah.
But stick with me here, because this guy, he's got a pretty amazing story. He was born in South Sudan, but he spent a lot of his early life in the Kakuma refugee camp in Kenya.
Yeah, that's right. And Kakuba, you know, it's actually one of the largest refugee camps in the world.
Wow.
It's home to so many people who are facing like incredible hardship, you
Hmm.
know? And I mean, just think about it for a second. The resilience it takes to not just survive in that kind of environment, but to create art. You know,
Hmm.
it's really inspiring.
Totally. And that's exactly what Macco Boy did.
Yeah.
So he kind of got his start, like a lot of musicians do. He started singing in the church choir,
Mm-hmm.
and then he worked as a backup singer, like
Mm-hmm.
really honed his skills, paid his dues before hitting it big.
It's such a classic story for musicians, isn't it? Like so many of them start in those church choirs, you
Like
know?
a rite of passage.
Exactly, yeah. And it seems like all that dedication really, really paid off for McAvoy, you know? He had his like big breakout moment back in 2015 with this song Sudanese Girls.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it just blew up, you know? I think it
Uh-huh.
really resonated, especially within the South Sudanese community.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've noticed that a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like when an artist makes music about a very specific experience, about a specific community, it creates this really strong connection with people.
Mm.
That often fuels their early success.
It makes sense, right? People want to feel seen and heard, and when an artist speaks to their specific experience, it resonates on a really deep level.
Authentic.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's exactly what happened with Macco Boy. And his success, I mean, it just exploded from there. He won a bunch of awards, Best Upcoming Artist, Best Dancehall Artist in 2014, and then Best Male Artist in 2015.
Whoa.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
That is a pretty crazy trajectory,
Yeah.
to go from like singing in a church choir to winning all these awards in just a couple of years.
Yeah, what do you think caused that?
I think it's got to be his sound. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Like he's got this amazing way of blending reggae, Afrobeat, and dance hall, but he does it in a way that's so uniquely him.
Right, right. It's hard to describe, you know, if someone's not really familiar with those genres. I mean, imagine the energy of dancehall, like that infectious energy, and then combine it with like the really rhythmic depth of Afrobeat, you know,
Mhm.
and then throw in the soulful vibes of reggae.
Yeah.
That's the kind of world that Makobuwe creates with his music.
And it's not just about taking these different genres and putting them together. It's also about how he like fuses modern beats with traditional African rhythms. It's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Like he incorporates these traditional Dinka rhythms from South Sudan into his dancehall tracks, and it's just this like really unique fusion, you know?
Totally.
And I think it speaks to this to a larger trend that's going on in music. Like a lot of contemporary artists are finding new ways to honor their musical heritage.
Yeah, it's really cool. You know what else I love about Macco B-Boy's music? It's not just about the sound. Like his lyrics are really deep too. He explores themes of love, life, and all the social issues that we all face.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what makes his music so relatable. Like we all go through those things, right? Love, life's challenges, social issues. We all experience them in some way. And when you hear an artist putting those emotions and those struggles into their music, it creates this really powerful connection.
Oh, I totally agree. It's like it makes you feel less alone.
Exactly. And then when you add in his personal journey on top of that, you know,
Yeah.
the fact that he went from living in a refugee camp to creating music that's now reaching people all over the world, it just adds this whole other level of meaning.
It's like a testament to the human spirit or something.
It really is. And it shows how powerful music can be. Like it goes beyond entertainment.
Yeah.
It becomes a way to tell stories, to express your culture, to even start important conversations, you know?
Macco Broadway's music is definitely worth checking out, especially if you're like, looking for something new, something fresh and inspiring. Just search Macco Broadway and give his music a listen. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, and as you listen to his music, think about this. How does music from other cultures, like Macco Boy's music, how does that help us to better understand the world?
That's a great question.
And how does it help us to connect with others through those shared human experiences?
That's something to really think about.
It really is.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back soon with another deep dive.
See you then.